Hey guys, what's going on and welcome back to another video. My name's Dion and today I'm going to be talking to you about my funded trader challenge. I'm going to be going through the charts and we'll just be explaining how my trading week is going and what I have planned going for the week forward. So as you can see here on the screen, we have my portfolio balance. We took a pretty big dip down to like roughly a little bit more than -4%. But then over the next 4 trades, I managed to bring it back up and we're roughly at break even with like confirmed profits, like realized profits. With unrealized profits, we're just about a 1% up. We still got about 2 weeks left, as you can see. I've been doing this for about 22 days, but I've got until the 8th of next month. So I still have about 12 days. Yeah, about, I think roughly 12 days. Now my win to loss rate is still roughly the same, 1 win for every 3 losses, so 30% win rate. And yeah, I still got like a decent amount of work to do and able to pass the challenge. So I still think I can do it. I mean, I am very confident that I can get 10% in a week to start off with, and I've got a little bit more than a week. So it really depends on how this trade plays out, because if this trade plays out, then that will be my 10% trade pretty much. So let's take it over to the charts. I'll give you a quick view on what's currently going on. So this is the trade I'm in at the moment. It's a short position. It was a little bit different to what I usually do, but look, my strategy changes as time progresses, and it has led me to take this trade over here. So you can see it's a short position, and if I was to explain it simply, we had a break out of the range. We had lower lows, lower highs forming, which some people could have seen as the pullback into what was the support, what was the resistance flipped into support, and people would have been trying to buy off this zone. So knowing sort of how the retail mindset works, because, you know, I am a retail trader and I've been there before, and this was a very obvious sell just because it's a very obvious buy. If you know, you know. So pretty much I took that trade. I'll try and break it down a little bit further. Essentially what I saw was price come down to test the support. We tried to have a bounce from there. We didn't have like the best bullish volume. Like I was expecting that if we were to see a strong bounce from there, we were to see a lot of like very high bullish volume, but that's not what we saw. So after trying to create this high, it was very obvious that this was just a higher low, or a lower high. We came back down to test price again. This time we had sent wicks to the downside, like below the area, below the zone. And when we pushed up, we still didn't see very high bullish volume. We had a strong rejection to the upside, and that was telling me all I needed to know. Forming this, like, I don't know if you could call it a double top, but in my head I saw this as a double top. And because of the lack of bullish strength, I took that sell position. Now I did take it a little bit earlier according to this chart here. We'll need to check the exact time and stuff, but I am pretty sure. Oh no, I did enter before because price wicked up all the way. And I was scared. I was going to stop this trade and take it out, but I was like, look, there's a reason why I put my stop loss here. I'm going to respect it. This trade is valid until stop loss is broken. And since stop loss was not broken, the trade is still valid. And as you can see, straight off that rejection, we had a very strong bearish candle. We broke through the support, price had come down, and now we're in an area of consolidation where I expect price to eventually make another leg to the downside because of the macro situation. So it is going to be a pretty big week for fundamentals. We got announcements about the interest rate hikes. We've got we got like the Fed, what's it called? The Fed meeting. They're going to talk about pretty much their position moving forward, how they're going to try and control this and that. And these events are extremely volatile on the market. So it is going to be an interesting week ahead. So I do have like my notes on my market analysis here, which I'm going to quickly go through because I do feel like there is some important information on here. So yeah, it is a heavily weighted week for fundamentals. We got the big tech earnings, we got Fed interest rate decisions, and the Fed press conference. So it's going to be an extremely volatile week, which leads me into like, how am I going to be managing risk on this trade? Because if it is going to be very volatile, we're going to want to sort of cover our downside because, you know, anything can happen. We may see a massive wick to the upside, which may take me out for a 1% loss before reversing into profits. It'll it's going to be very hard to say because it really depends on the news which comes out. Based on the on-chain analysis, there is high amounts of leverage being used on the markets at the moment, more leverage on Bitcoin than Ethereum. Now, what this means is that if there is very high leverage on the markets, any kind of liquidation or sudden price movement will liquidate these people who are trading with the leverage, and it's going to move price dramatically. So high leverage on the markets mixed with high impact news, it is a recipe for very high volatility. So it's going to be a very interesting week on the market. Obviously, with my short position, I really do hope it's going to be a sharp move to the downside, which I do believe it to be the case. So then on another metric, which is called coin days destroyed. So this shows us which coins are being spent. Being used based on their age. So how long they have been held for. So usually when prices drop, it's the new coins which are spent, which means the people who have accumulated coins very recently. When price starts making sharp drops or sharp moves to the downside, it is usually the coins who had purchased them. It is usually the people who purchased the coins recently who decide to sell off. But this time around, it's not the case. So if most of the retail and new coins have spent their coins, and if they don't have much power in the market, that leaves the power to the hodlers, to the larger cohort. Now, if you go through my previous videos, you would see that when I did analyze the on-chain analytics, that what the big cohort is doing, the whales, the people who seem to have majority of the power in the market at the moment, they're all risking off, which means they're selling off their assets, which means that's like another confluence of sort of downside movement. If the most profitable cohort historically are selling off, and the cohort which is historically wrong, if they're the ones who are buying and trying to accumulate pretty much, then you know what side to take. I wouldn't take the side that is like wrong majority of the time. So with all that put together, my bias remains bearish. I still would like to take shorts, and I do believe that we will see further downside. Either it be straight away, like a straight drop from here, either it be a push up to the range highs before melting again. I don't know what the case will be, but I am overall bearish in the midterm. So that's just how I'm going to leave it. I'm going to continue trading as I do. In regards to new positions for the week, honestly, it would just be looking to bank in on or double up on my shorts. So if I see price pull up to the support or to the resistance, and we see a strong rejection off of there with the right confluences, then I would like to take the short. If we see price break below this area of consolidation and then come back up for a retest before dropping again, of course, with the right confluences, then I will short again. But those are the only two trades which I'm thinking about taking. I do want to stay in this trade. In regards to how I will manage it, well, there's a bit of strategy, because with the funded trader challenge, I looked into the rules, and if I run out of time, but I remain in profits, then I will have extra time pretty much to do the challenge. So I still do have 12 days, like I said, so there's no rush really. And I don't have to worry about staying in profits until the very last day just to get that extra chance to win, because I still feel like I have a very good chance at making that 10% over the next 12 days, especially now playing with higher risk, with 1% risk per trade. And now that I've cleared out the issues with trade management, which was screwing me up earlier, I feel pretty confident, and this trade's doing well so far. We're just consolidating. It's just a boring part of the trade, I guess, but always following consolidation is a leg, either to the upside or the downside. So I'm just waiting on the news. I'm waiting for liquidations, and that's all I can do at this point. So yeah. Also, interesting news, with my Solrise Finance account, the hedge fund which I run on Solrise Finance, I got a new investor, and the investor is actually the co-founder and CEO of the platform, Solrise Finance. So as you can see, this guy here, Vidor Solrise, he invested $100 into my fund. He's currently 3% up, and he owns 20% of the fund. So I was like, who is this guy? He's got a Twitter link. So I clicked over to his Twitter, and I'll show you who he is. He's the founder and CEO at Solrise Finance and Soulflare Wallet, which is pretty sick that I got this guy on board. So he's in a loss. I want to change that for him. I want to show him what I can do. And yeah, like I've got eyes on me at the moment from the dude who literally owns this platform, who started this platform which I'm using. So he's invested in me. Obviously, he's only given me $100 to use. I'm gonna try and change that. We'll see if we can get him to invest larger amounts. And the only way we can do that is to show him, hey, I trade really well and I can make a good profit. So give me your money, sort of thing. So that's just another interesting thing. So with my Solrise account, I am actually going to be taking and have been taking the trades which I take on my funded trader account. I'm going to replicate the same trades and try and grow it. If we go over to my dashboard, I took a fat L a while ago, trading with too much leverage. I think I was levered like 20x or more, like 40x or something. So we're down like 88 or nearly pretty much 89% from our highs. But in regards to the assets over management, we're not doing too bad, but I've definitely started using less risk. So you can see the profits or the growth or the volatility is not doing, it's not too volatile. But if we go over to the recent days, like the 7 days and the 30 days, you know, we're up 37% over the month. We're up almost 2% for the week. And we're up about, if the 24 hours one is work, yeah, like break even on the 24 hour. So I have a short position on Bitcoin. First of all, here, like you can see the blog, I keep everyone updated so all the investors know what's up. If the account is worth what, I think it was $500, the entire fund, yeah, $500. We'll go into my trades, 520. We're up $15 roughly, so that's a decent amount, to be honest, percentage-wise, because $5 will be 1%. So we're up about 3% on the fund with this one trade, which is the same trade which I took over here. And I had another position open as well from earlier on. So I got two trades short on BTC, on my Solrise Finance account, and I'm pretty sure there was something else I wanted to show you. Oh yeah, that's right. And I also have a small amount of ETH. So I bought $50 worth of ETH just to hedge against my shorts because I want to hold ETH long term in my Solrise Finance account. So I'm going to be slowly DCAing so that my Solrise account can have its long-term holdings and it will have its sort of short-term trades which I use to hedge against those long-term holdings. So I am trying to build this into a proper fund. We're laying out the foundation. So far, so good. And yeah, that's about it. I'm going to end the video here. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you in the next one.